Alright, welcome guys. Welcome to your superhero training day. Is everyone ready to get started? Alright, let's head on inside and then we'll get started. Alright guys, so here's our superhero chief. Here's our deputy chief. If we keep going forward, we're going to find ourselves in the classroom for our superhero training. We have some sharp-looking superheroes learning how to become super firefighters. And this is where we do our extracurricular, where we can compare there are different superheroes to us. Nope, come on guys, keep going, keep on. Alright, perfect. So I'll get everyone to take a seat, and we'll get started. Hopefully you guys can all learn something. We'll all be superheroes today. It's going to be a good day to be a firefighter. Hi guys, welcome to your superhero training day with the fire department. I am very excited to be out here with you guys. You guys got to do a nice walk through our training grounds, and now it's your chance to become superheroes. So I need you guys to pay really good attention because this is very important. So the first thing we are going to talk about that every superhero needs is a call sign. So if you guys remember, Batman's got the nice call sign up in the sky, which is the big light of the bat symbol. Well, for us and for you, our call sign is the smoke detector and the CO detector. So a little about them. So the smoke detector is going to detect little particles of smoke. Yeah, it also picks up your steam from your shower, when your parents are terrible cookers, stuff like that. But sometimes it picks up the real deal, and that's when you guys need to be able to jump into action and get ready to go. So the smoke detector makes two different sounds. The first sound it's going to make is 3 distinct beeps. Those beeps are your alarm sounds. They need to make sure that when you hear that, you guys jump out of bed and you guys are ready to go. The second sound that it's going to make is chirping sounds. So if you guys ever hear this, it's probably due to your batteries being low, and you guys need to change those. So with me today, I have the privilege of introducing my stunt double, and he is going to be the demonstrator for each one of you guys today. So we are going to give him the sound of his call sign, and we're going to demonstrate what you guys need to do by what he's going to do. So I have with me my smoke detector. So you guys are going to hear the alarm go off, and we're going to watch and see what our superhero does. Perfect. He is going to jump out of bed as fast as he can, and he is going to be ready. So that is taking his big superhero stance. That is very important because then he knows he is ready to go and fight any villain that comes in that house. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to talk about is our CO detector. So our CO detector is going to detect little particles of gas. So you're going to find this in our furnace, our fireplaces, even our stoves. So you're going to find your detectors around there. It's going to make pretty much the exact same sounds. So for the alarm, it's going to go off and make this 3 distinct chirps, 3 distinct beeps. The next one it's going to do, if you're for a low battery, it's going to make 2 slow chirps. So, are you guys ready to demonstrate and see what our superhero does today? Perfect. Once again, he jumps out of bed and he is ready to go in his superhero stance. Perfect. All right, guys. Now we are going to test him. He thinks he's doing a pretty good job today, but we need to test him to make sure that he's ready to go. So I am going to make some sounds to make sure he's ready to jump out of bed and respond. So here we go. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Nothing. Good job. All right. Roof, roof, roof. Perfect. Once again, he doesn't get out of bed. But let's test him with one last one. And he is up out of bed, ready to tackle any villain that comes for him through that door. Alright guys, the next thing every superhero needs is tactical moves. So there are 2 tactical moves that you guys are going to need to master. The first tactical move is the tactical crawl. So you guys are going to use this when you guys encounter the villain. So for us, our villain is the smoke. So anytime we see smoke, we recognize smoke, we need to get on our hands and knees and crawl underneath. The secondary tactical move that we're going to talk about is the stop, drop, and roll. So this is anytime you guys get a little bit of ember on you, you guys get a little fire on you, we're going to stop, we're going to drop to the ground, and we are going to roll. And that is going to smother whichever fires on us. So I have with me my villain. So I'm going to cue my villain. All right, the villain is in the room. And where is my superhero? Perfect, he is ready to go, ready for action. So the first thing he's going to do, he's going to turn around and he's going to recognize the smoke. He sees the smoke. He's going to get on his hands and knees and he's going to crawl underneath that smoke to make sure that he's in a safe spot to be able to get through. And if he does get any smoke, fire on him, he's going to stop, pat himself down, stop whatever he's doing, jump on the ground, and he is going to roll. So once again, we're going to smother all those flames, sparks, anything that's stuck on him. Perfect, and then he's going to jump up as fast as he can, superhero stance. Pretty easy, right guys? These are our tactical moves that we need to master to become superheroes. Alright guys, the next thing is very important that we talk about. It is the tactical lifestyle. So any superhero has to have a secret lair. So a secret lair is your bedroom, your house, anywhere where you hang out a lot of time. So we need to make sure, the first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure our room is clean. So our room is very important because when we're in bed and we hear that call sign, we need to be able to jump out of our bed as quickly as possible. But we don't want to be jumping on garbage, pizza boxes, little bits of Lego that is going to hurt. We need to make sure our room is clear and ready to go for whenever we get that call sign. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about our routes. So no, I'm not talking about a tree, I'm talking about our escape routes. So our escape routes are things like our way to get out of the house. So you're going to walk down your hallway, you're going to make sure there's no books, boxes in the stairwell. You're going to make sure that there's nothing blocking your doors so we can officially get out of our house as quickly as possible so we can defeat any villain we might encounter. The next thing we're going to talk about is our doors and windows. We have to be very vigilant with this because we have to make sure that our doors open fully, they close fully. Same thing with our windows. This is going to put a barrier between you and the villain. So just in case you're putting your jammies on, you're getting things ready, this stops the villain from coming in your room and slows it down a lot. The next thing is we're going to make sure everybody has a job. So I'm talking about you, your brothers, sisters, your dog, your parents, everybody in your household has to have a job when they hear their call sign. So for you, your job is going to be getting out of bed as fast as you can and taking your superhero stance. For your brothers and sisters, they're going to be doing the exact same thing. Your parents' job is coming to check on you to make sure that you are out of bed and that you guys are ready to go outside. Even your dog, he is going to grab his favorite toy and go outside and meet you at that meeting point. And that is my last one, the meeting point. So meeting point is a safety zone for you guys to end up. So it's going to be the lamppost across the street, your friend's house across the street, any place where you guys are safe, where you guys aren't in the house. This is very important because when the fire department shows up, all your extra superheroes show up, they are there and they're going to come talk to you guys. They're going to be like, is everybody out of the house? Are all my superheroes there? And you are going to go, yes, every single superhero has made it out of our house. That is very important to make sure we have a safe, healthy lifestyle. Alright guys, so every superhero needs a superhero outfit. We all need to make sure we look the same when we're out there fighting those villains. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our pants. So our pants protect us from any heat, steam, fire, any bad environments that we're going to get put in. We got to make sure that they're done up nice and tight and that there's no gaps in there. The next thing we're going to put on is our boots. So our boots are going to protect us from anything that's on the ground, such as spills, anything we drop on our toes, and even if we stub our toes. Next, we're going to go into our flashlight. Our flashlight's going to protect our head. So this is our big thing. We need to make sure that we're thinking properly out there. With our flashlight goes our face mask. So our face mask allows us to breathe when we're inside those bad environments. It gives us fresh oxygen in there so we can keep going and we can keep fighting those villains. After the mask, it goes over to our jacket. So our jacket does the exact same thing as our pants. It gives us a secondary layer for our upper body. We gotta, once again, make sure it's done up all the way, and then all the Velcro's done up, so no heat, fire, steam gets in there. After our flash suits, our helmet. This is one of the most important things we put on. It's going to protect our head in case anything drops on it, or even if we're crawling around, we don't want to bump into something and hurt ourselves. Our Scpa is our main life source. It helps us breathe in those environments. It gives us fresh air from the outside, stored in a little bottle, that we can stay inside and we can fight those villains for even longer to make sure that we're able to do our job and help as many people as possible. And the last thing that we need for our special outfit is our special gloves. This gives us the superpowers to be able to touch anything that is hot and grab things. All right, we all feeling good? Perfect. We are going to go on air so we can test what it sounds like when we are on air. So we are going to talk like Darth Vader out there, and we are going to sound really silly. But when we're doing it, this is going to make sure that when we can do our job properly and just keep going. All right. High five for superheroes. So next thing, I think you guys did a fantastic job, and I want to reward you. I've talked to the chief, and he's ready to give you guys your very own certificates to state that you guys are superheroes. So your teachers are going to hand out all your certificates, and then you guys can bring those home, post them up on the fridge, let everyone know that you guys are a superhero and that you guys took the superhero class. Don't worry guys, I'm not done yet. I'll see you in a second. Guys, thank you for watching my fantastic video. I want to talk about our coloring contest we put out to everyone. So our coloring contest is going to be naming the truck and coloring a picture. So what you guys need to do is you guys need to color the best fire truck you have received online from your teachers, your parents, and then you guys need to name that fire truck. Once you guys name that fire truck, you can either send it to your teacher, bring it into the fire department, or bring it into town hall. Either one of those places will get it delivered to us so we can judge which one's the winner. The winner, he gets a pizza party for his whole class. It is their choice for what kind of pizza they want, and we get to deliver it. So whoever wins, they get specially delivered by the fire department, and they get their very own superhero cake to go with it. So you guys got to remember, on the October 24th is our deadline to get those pictures in. So make sure you get them in right on time. Two questions coming in. So one of the first ones is, when do we replace our detectors? So our smoke detectors and our CO detectors need to be replaced every 10 years or by manufacturer request. So it could be if they've been damaged, if they've been water damaged, then you got to replace them a little earlier. But every 10 years we want to replace them. But the big thing we have to do is we have to replace the batteries every 6 months. So the best thing I can tell you guys to remember is every time you change your clock an hour ahead or an hour behind, that's when you change your batteries in your smoke detector and your CO2 detector. Super simple, super easy. All right, guys. Next thing we're going to talk about is kind of your poll stations. What about school? So say you're at school and you need to tell everyone about the fire. So the first thing that you guys are going to do is you're going to shout fire, fire, fire. So it gets everybody's attention that there is a fire going on. Then you're going to go to your pull stations. Those are those little red boxes beside your doors, out to the classroom, out to the playground, things like that. And you're going to pull those. You guys are going to hear the alarm go, and then you guys are going to make your way to your safety point. The thing to remember, guys, is that once you guys get out, you stay out. You never go back in for your school books, your blanket, your jacket, because you don't know what's going on in there. So once you're out, you want to stay out of that class and stay out of that school. All right, so we got another one. What happens if your pets get left behind when you guys hear the detector? Leave the door open. Leave the main door to the house open, because your pets will most likely run out that door. We've seen it hundreds of times where a cat just runs out when we go in, and that's good. It makes your job easier, it makes you stress less, and it makes our job easier when we go in, so we don't have to sit there trying to find the cat, dog, goldfish, lizard, any one of your animals that you have at home. So just leave the front door open when you guys leave the house, and they'll do the rest. I want to say thanks to all the teachers out there that actually put this video up. Really good for the comments. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure doing this video for you guys, and we are really excited to hopefully move this on to the next event, and we can get more out in the public once everything calms down. So if you guys have any more questions, let me know now so we can hopefully answer those. So some of you guys might have noticed that you guys have an extinguisher at your house inside your kitchen. So an extinguisher is really good. You might see your parents checking it. What that's going to do is if you guys ever have a kitchen fire, any sort of fire in your house, they're going to go and they're going to try to put it out. What you don't want to do is you don't want to start playing around with it. Once you start dropping them, they might go off, and it's a big powder that goes everywhere, and it takes forever to clean up. So whatever you do, don't play with it unless it's an emergency. So once again, we always talk about it. We always want to make sure that we close our doors behind us when we're sleeping. So when you close your doors, you're actually creating a barrier between any of the smoke, the fire that's going to try to get into your room to attack your animals, attack your stuffed animals, attack your bed. So if we close the door, it creates a safe barrier and a safe spot for you if you can't get out. The best place for you to go if you have to stay in your room is you go to the window. The first place the fire department's going to look for you is at your window. They're going to open up that window knowing that you're inside. They're going to reach down and they're going to say, hey, they are. And they are going to go down and they are going to get you. Quick and easy. If you have to stay inside, close your door and make sure you go to your window. A little bit longer for any other questions. Hopefully we get some questions if you guys are very curious about anything that you guys learned today. So we have so much information that we want to make sure we present to everyone out there so that everyone gets the right knowledge, the right information. We do want to talk about our fire trucks. So if you guys ever see our fire trucks going down the street or you hear them coming behind us, best you guys want to do is you guys want to try to clear the streets. So best not to try to cross the street when you hear a fire truck coming down. It's easier just to stay on the side of the street. Watch them as they go down, wave to them. We'll probably wave back unless we're going for a really bad call or an emergency call. Perfect, so I'm just waiting for my thing to update. I don't have the question yet. One of you guys out there loves coloring fire trucks. So it is going to be exciting when we get to review them, and the chief is very pumped to see them all. Question up now. So what happens if you're trapped inside? So when you're trapped inside, what happens is you try to make yourself a nice safe spot. So that's going to be going to a bedroom with a window, anywhere where you can get underneath the smoke. So the key is to stay low underneath the smoke because that's where all the heat is. All the heat's up in the smoke. So if you stay nice and low under the smoke, stay close to a window or a wall, and the fire department will come get you. So as long as you make sure that you stay low, stay close to a window or a door, and then you stay close to a wall. Anything like that is going to make sure that you're safe, you're ready to go if you do get trapped inside. try to calm down too, because you guys are going to hear us starting to yell, fire department, is anyone there? And that is when you guys are going to yell really loud, I'm in here. This is a cue for us. We will start going as fast as we can to that area as long as we can hear you guys scream, come, I'm in here. But if you guys are scared, you guys are hiding in the closet, you guys are hiding under your bed, it makes our job a lot harder because we can't actually, it takes a lot longer to start searching all these rooms. So if you guys stay out in the open, out in an area where we know where you guys are, we can get there really quickly. And as long as you guys stop, take a big deep breath, and then we'll be there. Well, the next question is, what if you're in the basement and there's no windows? That's a great question. So next, it's a tough one because all the smoke's gonna be up near the window and you won't be able to see. So the first thing you want to do is if you can't get up those stairs, you try to stay close to a corner. So close to a corner, try to put a blanket over top of you, at least so you can kind of create a little barrier between you and the smoke, so that if something does happen, we can still get there and you guys can still have enough time to breathe underneath that blanket so that it's a nice little air pocket for you. Once we get there, we are really quick to get inside because your parents know, hey, there's people downstairs, and bam, we are down there as fast as possible. And then we'll come down and we'll walk through all that smoke with our fancy breathing apparatus that you guys have already seen. And then that's how we get down. We'll get you on air and then we'll get you out of that house. So what do we do about all our stuff in the house? Leave it behind. You do not want to be going back into that house trying to find your stuffed animals, your bedding, your jackets. As soon as you go back in that house after you've got out, you've created a really big issue because now you're putting yourself in danger and you don't want to fall down there because we don't know if the building's safe or not. So we want to make sure we stay out of the house. We don't grab anything that's going to be bulky, that's going to slow us down. The faster we get out of the house, the faster we get to our meeting point. So just remember, guys, we want to stay out of our house. Don't go back in for extra stuff, and don't go be grabbing all your blankets, stuffed animals, toys like that. So what if you're sleeping and the fire comes in? All right, so the big thing about this is that's why we close our doors. Our doors are actually rated for a certain amount of time to stop this fire from getting in. You'd be surprised on how well they work. There is a whole bunch of videos out there that you can actually see the difference between a fire that started outside a room and a fire that started with the door shut. And it is spectacular how much damage there is on the outside, and then with the door closed, there is no damage inside because it is a barrier for you. So the more barriers we can set up, the better the fire the fire spread is a lot less, and the better your chances are of being safe, healthy, and live a happy life. So we have a great one. My goldfish cannot run out of the house. Will you rescue him? Absolutely. If you tell me little goldfish Bubbles in there needs help out of that house, I will go help you. And I will go help Bubbles get out of that house. That is super important to me. I'm a big believer in animals. I have a dog, I have a cat, and I will make sure that I try to get I'll do my hardest to try to get your animals out of that house. Alright, so what if the doorknob is hot? So what happens is when there's heat on the other side of the door, it'll actually start radiating through the door. So if you put the back of your hand to the door and you feel it's really hot, don't go out through that door. As soon as you open the door, it's going to let all that heat into your room, into your bedroom, into your kitchen, into any which room you're at. So you always want to feel the door with the back of your hand. If it's hot, don't go through that. And then what did we say before? We want to try to stick next to the windows or next to a wall where the fire department will go in and get you. So if you feel any heat on there, just make sure that we do not go through that door. So what if my dog runs away? This happens all the time. I've been in many houses where we have to go searching for that dog because it's scared or runs underneath the bed. But don't worry, I am a dog whisperer, and we will get your dog out. If it runs away, we have techniques that we can do to make sure that we get your dog into a nice safe spot so that he feels safe. Because what's happening is the dog hears the alarms going off and they get really scared. My dog does it all the time. As soon as he hears an alarm, even a hiccup, he runs off and he gets really scared, and then we have to go try to find him. We're really good at this, and this is our job. We love trying to get dogs out of houses, so you don't have to worry about that. You just need to worry about getting out of the house yourself. Animal is trapped. If your animal is trapped at all, let us know. If say your dog ran into the basement and you saw your dog run into the basement while you guys were heading out, just go and let us know when we show up and be like, my dog's still in the house, he's in the basement. It gives us a better idea of exactly where to look and what to plan for it. So we need to be able to plan that we're going to the basement to get a dog. If we're searching your whole 5-story house, then it's going to be really hard to try to find a dog in a big 5-story house. But if you guys have an idea of where your dog is or where its favorite place is, we'll go to that place first and we'll try to get everyone out as quickly as possible. What if you have a small locked room? A small locked window. So if you have a small window in your room, what if you have a small locked room without a window? So you guys might have seen this in the bathroom. So first thing you want to do is you want to check the door for heat. That's going to let you know if there's heat outside, don't go out there. And if there's heat outside, stay in there. And then when you guys hear us starting to yell, fire department, is anybody in here? That's when you yell back, yes, I'm in this bedroom. Yes, I'm in the bathroom. Yes, I'm in the living room. And we will come there. Don't ever try to go out that door if you feel heat on the other side. You want to take your time, think about it, take a nice big deep breath, put your hand on the back of the door, feel for heat. If there's heat, stay inside your bathroom, your living room, anywhere, and then we will come and get you. What? Nowhere to go. This is a famous question we get all the time. This is why we pre-plan, guys. So if we keep pre-planning, if we talk to our brothers, sisters, parents, fans, family, anybody that's in that house, we need to pick a meeting point. So a meeting point is somewhere across the street, such as a lamppost, a friend's house, any place where everybody knows where that meeting point is, where they can get there. That's where we go. So say we don't run into our parents, we'll all meet at the meeting point. That is our safe spot. If we can't get to the meeting point, our parents know, or who's ever in that house knows that they're not out of the house, and they will let us know, and then we will come get you guys. Whatever you do, be calm, be ready to yell where you are, and if not, show up at the meeting point. This is very important to practice where you guys are going, exactly how fast it takes for you guys to get out of the house, and you guys need to test it. So when you guys go home tonight, I want you guys to bug your parents and be like, need to test our smoke alarm to make sure that we know how to get out of this house and we know where our meeting point is. So you're going to go and you're going to get your parents to press that button on that smoke alarm. It's going to go into alarm, and then you're going to be like, quick, everybody has a job, everybody out the door to our meeting point. We are going to Frank's house, two doors down, and we are going to be there to call 911. Where does the water come from in your fire hose? So in our fire hose, the water comes from our fire trucks. So it's kind of like a big system. So we all use this hose from a sprinkler system or your garden hose. Pretty much the connection for your garden hose, that's our fire truck. So we hook into our fire truck, which carries a whole bunch of water, and that goes into our hose, which puts out the fire. But if we ever run out of water, there's a secondary water source, which comes from a hydrant. So you guys might have seen the nice fancy yellow hydrants along the side of the street. We'll hook up to those and we'll get a large supply of water that's going to come into our fire trucks to the hose, and then the hose to the fire. Simple as that, and it's one of the easiest things that we have to do, but it's one of the most important things because we need that water to be able to put out those fires. All right. So we've had a lot of good questions. We're going to wait a little longer to see if we have any more. We really love these questions, guys, so make sure you ask your teachers. Everyone should be asking questions because this is really exciting. This is really good because the more questions we answer, the more questions we can pass it to everybody, because maybe someone has another question just like you. There's no silly questions, all questions are good. So some of you guys might be wondering why we're all wearing pink shirts. So our pink shirts are for Breast Cancer Month. So at the fire department, we are supporting breast cancer as we always do. And that is why you'll see us wearing our pink shirts underneath. You can see mine, you can see all the fire chiefs, as we're big supporters of community events. So how do we set up our hose? So our hose is super simple. There's a valve at the front of the hose, which is the nozzle. So if any of you guys went into my summer adventure programs, you guys got to try opening the hose and be able to spray some water. We're going to be doing that again this summer, so don't worry guys, that's going to be coming up again. But that's just another way. So a hose is pretty much like a big valve. So it's like the nozzle on your garden hose. You squeeze the nozzle, water comes out. Quick and simple. So I think that's pretty much all of our questions. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for participating in this event. And I'm really excited to see all your colored fire trucks, all your different names. And I'm really excited to present the person their pizza party for their class. And I hope it could be one of you guys. So thank you very much. And we hope to see you at our fire prevention event. So I want you guys to stay tuned. Look up, tell your parents to follow Morinville Fire Department on Facebook or Morinville, the town. And then we'll post anything we have so you guys can get out, come to all the events. And we hope to see you guys out there. Perfect. Thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for a message from the fire chief.
Good afternoon, everyone. First off, I want to thank you all for participating in Morinville's Fire Prevention Week exercises and the superhero presentation. It was sure nice to hear all the participation in the fire drills that we did over the week, and I am super pleased to announce that St. Kateri School is the winner of the quickest evacuation time with an amazing time of 1 minute and 13 seconds. Congratulations, St. Cats. I'm also looking forward to seeing everyone's entries for the Name the Fire Truck coloring contest and the unique names you come up for the truck. Thank you once again, everyone, and stay safe.